All stand. All persons having any business before this honourable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Leis Carneiro de Almeida.
May it please the court, I move that Luis Carneiro de Almeida be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Luis Carneiro de Almeida be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nora Awadi.
May it please the court, I move that Nura Awadi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Nura Awadi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Melissa Barbara Badams.
May it please the court, I move that Melissa Barbara Badams be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable
Let
court.
Melissa Barbara Badams be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Montana Brooke Brenton.
May it please the court, I move that Montana Brooke Brenton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Montana Brooke Brenton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sasha Cavallo.
May it please the court, I move that Sasha Cavallo be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Sasha Cavallo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rachel C. Na Chan.
May it please the court, I move that Rachel Z. Na Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Rachel Z. Na Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kelvin Z. Kang Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Kelvin Zikang Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kelvin Z. Kang Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lily Anastasia Mary Chester.
May it please the court, I move that Lily Anastasia Mary Chester be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Lily Anastasia Mary Chester be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vivian Zeng Davies.
May it please the court, I move that Vivian Zhang Davies be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vivian Zeng Davies be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Was there?
Yep.
Yes.
Isabel May Daly.
May it please the court, I move that Isabel May Daly be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Isabel May Daly be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zhu Chuen Ding.
May it please the court, I move that Jay Chuang Ding be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Zhao Chin Ding be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annabelle Maria de Souza.
May it please the court, I move that Annabelle Maria de Souza be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Annabelle Maria de Souza be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Carly Marie Elwin.
May it please the court, I move that Carly Marie Allen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Carly Marie Elwin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samantha Nancy Geraldine Farina.
May it please the court, I move that Samantha Farina be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
Let
court.
Samantha Nancy Geraldine Farina be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amun Fatima.
May it please the court, I move that Amin Fatima be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Ayman Fatima be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniela Hasakunya Copper.
May it please the court, I move that Daniela Hasakunya Copper be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Daniela Hasekuna Copper be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexander Daniel John Paul.
May it please the court, I move that Alexander Daniel Jean Paul be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexander Daniel John Paul be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Benjamin Robert Jones.
May it please the court, I move that Benjamin Robert Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Benjamin Robert Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Henry William Kinsey.
May it please the court, I move that Henry William Kinsey be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Henry William Kinsey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elizabeth Kristanovsky.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Elizabeth Kristanovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elizabeth Kristanovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Letakula Katula Ketusizi Kunane.
May it please the court, I move that Letukula Kedusizi Kunini be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Luthukula Kasede Kunani be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jingwan Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Jing Yang Claire Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jing Yang Claire Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lu Liu.
May it please the court, I move that Lu Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lu Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michelle Lee.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Michelle Lee be admitted as lawyer of this honourable court.
That Michelle Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jennifer Ma.
May it please the court, I move that Jennifer Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jennifer Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Therese Ann Macarius.
May it please the court, I move that Therese Ann Macarius be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Therese Ann Macarius be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Campbell Sam Melrose.
May it please the court, I move that Campbell Sam Melrose be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Campbell Sam Melrose be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shruti Menon.
May it please the court, I move that Shruti Menon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Shruti Menon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olympia Makala Cayley.
May it please the court, I move that Olympia McCulloch-Cayley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Olympia McCulloch-Cayley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Leah Ann Miller.
May it please the court, I move that Leah Ann Miller be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Leah Ann Miller be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Imogen Margaret Moore.
May it please the court, I move that Imogen Margaret Moore be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Imogen Margaret Moore be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Connor Reese Morton.
May it please the court, I move that Connor Reese Morton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Connor Reese Morton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amal Nasser.
May it please the court, I move that Amal Nasser be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Amal Nasser be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Grace Elizabeth Nicholson.
May it please the court, I move that my esteemed colleague, Grace Elizabeth Nicholson, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Grace Elizabeth Nicholson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chukwu Ebuka Kingsley Okoli.
May it please the court, I move that Chukwu Ebuka Kingsley Okoli be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Chukwu Ebuka Kingsley Okoli be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Simone Margaret Pavitt.
May it please the court, I move that Simone Margaret Pavitt be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Simone Margaret Pavitt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah Jane Peterson.
May it please the court, I move that Sarah Jane Peterson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Sarah Jane Peterson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Myra Quayum.
May it please the court, I move that Myra Quayum be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Myra Quayum be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Candice Renee Quinn.
May it please the court, I move that Candice Renee Quinn be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Candice Renee Quinn be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ishita Rao.
May it please the court, I move that Ishita Rao be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ishita Rao be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hugh Edward Sanson.
May it please the court, I move that Hugh Edward Sanson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
That Hugh Edward Sanson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mirasagi Chitra Chandrani Silva.
May it please the court, I move that Mirasaji Chitra Chandrani Silva be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Mirasagi Chitra Chandrani Silva be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Max Chadwick Smith.
May it please the court, I move that my son Max Chadwick Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
That Max Chadwick Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Miranda Jackson Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Miranda Jackson Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Miranda Jackson Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maxwell Kingsford Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Maxwell Kingsford Smith be admitted as lawyer of this honourable court.
That Maxwell Kingsford Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexander William Steffes.
May it please the court, I move that Alexander William Steffes be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Alexander William Steffes be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Xuan Hua Larissa Tan.
May it please the court, I move that Xuan Hua Larissa Tan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Xuan Hua Larissa Tan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Edward Alexander Plowman Tate.
May it please the court, I move that Edward Alexander Plowman Tate be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Edward Alexander Plowman Tate be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lucas Christian Ullman.
May it please the court, I move that Lucas Christian Ullman be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lucas Christian Ullman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rhonda Claire Ung.
May it please the court, I move that Rhonda Claire Ung be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Rhonda Claire Ung be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yao Yi Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Yao Yi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Yao Yi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Catherine Violet Wheat.
May it please this court, I move that my niece, Catherine Violet Wheat, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Catherine Violet Wheat be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Morgan Amy Webb.
May it please the court, I move that Morgan Amy Webb be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Morgan Amy Webb be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chelsea Elise Williams.
May it please the court, I move that Chelsea Elise Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chelsea Elise Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mariana Ipma.
May it please the court, I move that Mariana Ipma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mariana Ipma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jason George Zafaropoulos.
May it please the court, I move that Jason George Zafaropoulos be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jason George Zafaropoulos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Saeed Basim Sarush Zaidi.
May it please the court, I move that Syed Basim Sarush Zaidi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
Let
court.
Saeed Basim Sarush Zaidi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yu Zheng.
May it please the court, I move that Yu Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yue Zheng be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chi Xiang.
May it please the court, I move that Chi Jiang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chi Chang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ye Zhou.
May it please the court, I move that Yi Zhou be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yi Zhou be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to stand when and as directed for the purposes of swearing an oath or making an affirmation and declaration. So please stand when and as directed by the officiating officer.
Could the first two rows on my right please stand? Lays Canero de Almeida. Nora Awadi. Melissa Barbara Badams. Montana Brooke Brenton. Sasha Cavallo. Rachel Zena Chan. Kelvin Z. Kang Chen. Lily Anastasia Mary Chester. Isabel May Daly. Vivian Zeng Davies. Zhou Chen Ding. Annabelle Maria D'Souza. Carly Marie Elwin. Samantha Nancy Geraldine Farina. Amun Fatima. Daniela Hasakunya Copper. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Alexander Daniel John Paul. Benjamin Robert Jones. Henry William Kinsey. Elizabeth Kristanovsky. Letu Kutula Kwedusizi Kunin. Jinyan Lee. Lu Liu. Michelle Lee. Jennifer Ma, Therese Ann Macarius, Campbell Sam Melrose, Shruti Menon, Olympia Michaela Cayley, Leah Ann Miller, Imogen Margaret Moore, Connor Reese Morton, Amal Nasser, Grace Elizabeth Nicholson, Chukwuebuka Kingsley Okoli, Simone Margaret Pavitt. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could the row of amitees in front of me please stand? Thanks. Sarah Jane Peterson, Myra Quayum, Candice Renee Quinn, Ishita Rao, Hugh Edward Sanson, Murisaji Chitra Chandrani Silva, Max Chadwick Smith, Miranda Jackson Smith, Maxwell Kingsford Smith, Alexander William Steffas, and Zhuanhua Larissa Tan. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the two rows to my left please stand? Edward Alexander Plowman Tate, Lucas Christian Allman, Rhonda Claire Ng, Ya Yi Wang, Catherine Violet Wheat, Morgan Amy Webb, Chelsea Elise Williams, Mariana Ipma, Jason George Zafaropoulos, Sayed Basim Sarush Zaidi, Yu Zheng, Qi Xiang, and Ye Zhou. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court, the ceremonial court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench today, to my immediate right, is Justice Price, Acting Judge of Appeal, formerly Chief Judge of the District Court of New South Wales. To my left, Justice Davies, a Senior Judge in the Common Law Division of the Court. To Justice Price's right, Justice Huggett, Judge of this court, and also the current Chief Judge of the District Court of New South Wales. Together we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you, the newly admitted lawyers, to practice this morning. And we have done so in this court, which sits on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years. And this court pays its sincere respects to elders past and present, and extends that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I'm also pleased that we have sitting with us on the bench today, to my far left, is Honourable Judge Waugh, a judge of the District Court of New South Wales. I'm delighted he's able to join us this morning. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is a real milestone and one for celebration. We up here know how hard you've all worked to reach this stage of your careers. And I'm also pleased to welcome those with you in court today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of your family and friends will have been invaluable on the journey so far. For many of them, The endurance of your finely polished or emerging skills of argument and persuasion may now be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever be the case, I'm sure that they're all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take the time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you a civilised lunch or dinner to celebrate the occasion. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join what is an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice dating back as far as the 12th century. And this court first admitted lawyers in 1824. Last month, the court to which you have just been admitted celebrated its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. We had a great celebration and ceremonial sitting in this courtroom on the occasion of the bicentenary, and some significant speeches were made, and a YouTube video of the ceremony is available on the court's website, which is well worth watching. You are also a very fortunate cohort. After this ceremony, when you move to the lobby of the court to sign the roll and receive your certificate of admission, you will also be presented gratis with a copy of the court's recently published bicentenary history entitled Constant Guardian Changing Times, a history of the Supreme Court of New South Wales 1824 to 2024, as a memento of your admission in this bicentennial year. It is... I'm biased, which is not a good thing for a judge, but it is a very good book, and it has a wealth of fascinating information about the court, of which you have each just become an officer. So I encourage you to enjoy it. It's 450 pages, so you'll have to spread the enjoyment out over more than one sitting. In celebrating this court's bicentenary this year, we also celebrate 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales, about which I'll say something more shortly. But this ceremony is attended by unique but important formalities, including the fact that each of your admissions has been moved by someone who is already a member of the legal profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers and before senior judges of the court. They and we are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings you have made this morning. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation that you have just made is a serious one, it is a continuing one, and it deserves solemn regard. So that whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law office, with the Aboriginal Legal Service for legal aid, or a government department or agency or regulator, or indeed in an entirely different field, you should always be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times as officers of the court to uphold these cardinal values. Now, you'll see from portraits of former Chief Justices which adorn the walls of this court that we up here on the bench are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. And you may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can assure you that we don't do so because they are particularly comfortable, which they're not, but we do so because symbolically they serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Some 45% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female. That is a radical change from when I commenced practice, which I like to think was not that long ago, but it has been an extremely salutary change. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which there is so much global uncertainty and insecurity, the rule of law is more important than ever, and not simply an academic construct or a phrase of some mere theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. And as we survey the globe, there's nothing theoretical about those threats and realities. In a speech delivered in 2018, Lord Hodge of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom aptly described the rule of law as, and I quote, a bastion against those who would use chaos as a ladder, unquote. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The pandemic, of course, prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of artificial intelligence brings with it both opportunities and challenges with which the legal profession and the courts are and will continue to grapple. But while the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, it is my firm view that the practice of law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, how they perform under pressure, and deal and interact with each other. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will, in many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, family, health, or financial position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, of course, but also with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter, and that requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be a strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our rich cosmopolitan community. That very much includes Indigenous lawyers. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community and a judiciary sensitive to and respectful of the many underpinning cultural differences that comprise the strands of our society. And the admissions ceremonies on which I have sat, including this one, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. That is a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity in the profession. That in turn builds trust in and respect for both the judiciary and the profession, and ultimately, importantly, for the rule of law and its importance. Now, let me now offer a little bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. At various points of your career, you will make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. We all make mistakes from time to time and kid ourselves if we don't think that that is so. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake which I advise young lawyers not to make is to fall into the trap of giving your clients the advice you think that they want to hear. I can tell you now that that will almost certainly not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run. Your role as a lawyer is to give independent advice that sometimes requires courage and steadfastness of mind, but you are imbued with an expertise to advise about the law, and you must do so just as judges must judge without fear or favour. Your advice must be independent. Being a lawyer means that you are an advisor, a problem solver, sometimes a mediator, sometimes an advocate. And as you go about your day-to-day work, remember, as I've said, that you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. And that human engagement extends to your interactions with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate. Aspects of the law, especially if you are involved in litigation, are confrontational. But the practice of the law can be stressful and demanding, or is stressful and demanding enough without personal antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as it regrettably sometimes does. So it is essential, and I advise you to maintain your detachment, seek to maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession, which is not a business. It's a profession with all that that expression entails. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their points simply and succinctly. Often less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that observation. But for a non-lawyer, as you know, the law is often incomprehensible or difficult to understand. One of your important roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others. So strive to be clear and concise at all times in both your writing and your speaking. To do so actually facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are also both extremely important, something of which we are much more conscious nowadays than in the past. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing, and that's often because lawyers want to go the extra mile for their client. They want to be thoroughly prepared. They want to ensure that no stone has been left unturned, but that can all add up to be physically and mentally taxing. So you must work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have and still do from time to time, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. Also remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession, and in this context I'm now going to call on two young representatives, one of the New South Wales Bar, one of the Law Society, to offer a few words of congratulations to your Miss Ingenito. Do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Chantel Ingenito, and I've been practicing for 3 years at the bar, predominantly in family law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds, including from diverse socioeconomic and cultural backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. In particular, I enjoy being able to present a case, advocate fiercely and fearlessly for my client, and make a difference on a day-to-day basis. Like many of you sitting here today, I finished high school and went straight into my law degree. Upon finishing my degree and PLT, I was admitted as a solicitor, sitting up where you all sit today, and listened to a barrister tell me about the wonders of practice. 23-year-old me was scared but excited for the possibilities of my career ahead. I was a solicitor for 5 years before being called to the bar, a call I encourage each of you to consider when the time is right for you and for you alone. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive weekly and particularly important assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who will meet with you regularly, review your work, and teach you practical skill. But the support that you receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including the New Barristers Committee, of which I am a member of, which organises social and educational functions for barristers of 0 to 5 years call, and the Diversity and Equality Committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. Whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the New South Wales Law Society or the New South Wales Bar Association and use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you all on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Thank you. Ms. Zhu of the Law Society.
May it please the court. My name's Elena Su, and just a few years ago I stood where you are standing today, and what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel very proud of what you have achieved so far. When I first embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy. Often it was very overwhelming. But as I stand here today after a few years of working in the industry, I can tell you I have learned a few things. Now, one of the most important things I've learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is home of that community with over 30,000 members across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to a continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. This is why I chose to be a part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers branch. Here, I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences, events, a wide range of publication, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community. Thanks.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying, and it's populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, of your achievements to date, and of the profession which you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community, and you are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We up here on the bench wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. On behalf of Justice Price, Justice Davies, Justice Huggett, and indeed all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court of New South Wales, I once again congratulate you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
This honourable court is now adjourned.